If you're getting the builders in, the first big question you've got to answer is which builder or building company do we want to work with? And if you're like the rest of us, I can guarantee that money's going to be top of your priority list at this point. Then please look through these questions, think them all through before you talk with builders, because sometimes going for the cheapest is a false economy in the long run. I've done these questions. They're things to talk to each potential builder about while you make your choice as who's the one that will give you the best output for the right amount of money. So I hope it's really useful. Let's go. When you're interviewing a builder, you want to start with your own project. Have they ever done a project like yours before, and how did it go? Find out how used they are to sustainable building and working towards energy efficiency. And if they can tell you how much energy is being saved in one of their past projects, that would be brilliant. Then ask if you can speak to a past customer. And when you're with the past customer, ask them, what's the builder like to work with? How do they feel now about the quality of work that was delivered for them? Did they come in on budget, and did they come in on time? And if you can manage it, see if you can speak to a customer they're actually working with now, someone who's right in the middle of it, because then you'll get really good live, real-time feedback. Then you move on to credentials. How long have they been in the business? That's really going to tell you something if they've kept this business going for a long time. Then ask about their insurance. What insurance cover have they got for themselves and for your building that they're working on? And then what about the guarantee that they're giving you? How long is it for? What does it cover? When something goes wrong, because it will, something always goes wrong. When it goes wrong a year down the line, are they still going to come and help you sort it out? So be absolutely clear how long they're going to guarantee the work they've done. Find out everything you can about the way they work. The perfect example of this is, are they just going to work for you, or are they going to work on 2 or 3 other builds at the same time? Lots of building companies do that, so they never have any downtime for their people. But if they do, it can mean that you can sometimes go 2 or 3 days, maybe even a week, with nobody turning up on site to carry on with the work. You just need to know that that's going to happen. So make really clear, who are they working for? Then find out, do they employ people or do they bring in trades? If they're employing people, then that whole question of the credentials and the insurance, that stays the same because it all sits with the builder. If they're bringing in tradespeople, so the plasterer, the electrician, the plumber, where does the responsibility lie if something goes wrong with that work? Does the builder take the ultimate responsibility, or have all the different trades got their own insurance, and will they take responsibility? You want to know how easy they are to get hold of. There's nothing worse than needing to speak to them and they're not replying. So if you email, leave a voicemail, you text, you use WhatsApp, which is their best method, and how soon will they agree to respond to you? And then find out about their relationships in the profession. A perfect example is, it's really useful when your builder's got a good relationship with the building inspector, because there are certain sign-off points in your build where you can't progress until the inspector's been in and said it's all okay. So if they had a good relationship where they can ring up and say, "What, we're ready, can you come?" that's like gold dust. So check out their relationships with all the different professionals around you. Then you're on to the thorny issue of money. I'd really recommend that you're absolutely upfront about money from the outset. Even in the interview, make really clear that you're going to want to know the detail around the money, because if they can't cope with it now, they're going to be very difficult to work with. Find out if the number they've given you is an estimate or a quote. If it's a quote, find out, what do they actually mean by that? Is that a number they're going to stick by? If it's an estimate, how much have they put in for contingency? Because things will come up that you're not expecting. It's inevitable. So find out what their expectation is in terms of overrun of that amount of money. And then find out, will they want you to pay in cash, Or will they want regular payments into their bank account, or all points in between? It's important so A, you're prepared, but also so the method of payment they want fits with your cash flow. So if you've found the right person, they work in the way that you want them to work, they've got good credentials, they're getting good validation from past customers, then you're off. That's absolutely great. Then find out what contract are they going to give you, and then read that through very carefully to make sure you're happy with it all. You might also want to write up yourself the findings from your interview, like, for example, their agreements about how they're going to be paid if it isn't included in their own contract, how many other people they're going to be working for, what's the best way to contact them, all the things that you've talked through and you were happy with in the interview. Write up yourself and get them to sign it. Keep a copy for you, give a copy to them. It's much easier when you're having a problem to say, hang on a minute, we agreed on this, than to bring it up as if it's something that's never been talked about before. So it's a perfect way to cover yourself for all eventualities. Well, I hope that's been helpful. If it has, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. If you've any questions, put them in the comments and I will respond. And if there's anything else you want me to talk about, please just let me know. If you're not quite ready yet to interview builders, then look at this video that is all the things to think about before you even ask for an estimate. So that should help. And if you're absolutely ready to go and you've got the right people, then take a look at this one about insulating under a suspended floor. If you are in an old house, getting this piece of work done, I can guarantee will be absolute gold.